We all love The Sting, Paul Newman and Robert Redford pulling off the ultimate con. It's slick, it's funny, and it made grifters into legends. And let's be honest, we've all watched it a million times. But here's the twist. There are Easter eggs, myths, and surprises hiding in plain sight that even die-hard fans miss. Stick around because we're counting down the top 10 wild moments in The Sting that will change how you see this classic forever. Fact number 1. The opening title cards. Watch closely at the very beginning. The opening credits don't look like standard Hollywood titles. Instead, they're drawn like vintage Saturday Evening Post illustrations from the 1930s. Heavy outlines, muted colors, and a hand-painted feel ground the story in Depression-era culture before we even meet a single character. Next time you rewatch, pause on the artwork. You'll see it's a visual con setting the stage for the bigger grift ahead.
Run some slots down in West Bend for a mob here.
Fact number 2. The Chicago backlot magic. Those gritty Chicago streets feel authentic, but here's the secret. Almost none of it was shot in Chicago. Most of the film was captured on Universal's backlot. Look closely at the storefronts and facades. You'll recognize the same streets later in Back to the Future and even Hitchcock's Psycho. What feels like history is really Hollywood recycling, and it works perfectly to immerse you in a world that looks real, but isn't. Fact number 3. The ragtime theme myth. You can probably hum it right now, Scott Joplin's The Entertainer. It became the sound of The Sting. But here's the myth. Ragtime wasn't actually popular in 1936. Ragtime peaked in the late 1890s through the 1910s. Joplin's Maple Leaf Rag, 1899, helped start the craze. And by the 1920s, it had faded, replaced by jazz and swing. So, in The Sting, ragtime would have sounded old-fashioned, nostalgic. The filmmakers leaned into that on purpose. Pairing upbeat ragtime with dangerous cons gives the movie a playful, winking tone. And it sparked a 1970s ragtime revival that sent The Entertainer onto the charts decades after it was written.
He won't touch him.
Fact number 4. The poker game Tell. The Big Poker Game is one of the movie's highlights. Paul Newman plays it drunk, sloppy, and just a little too loud. But here's what to watch for. His hands. He deliberately fumbles with his chips, dropping them, palming them, letting them clack, to sell the illusion of being careless. That tiny detail makes the eventual reveal hit harder because the audience, like Lonergan, is fooled by the act. It's a performance inside a performance.
Here's 500.
Fact number 5. The color red. Throughout the movie, red is a signal for danger. Pay attention to ties, dresses, curtains, or props. Whenever you see red, trouble is coming. A perfect example is the poker showdown when Doyle Lonergan sits down in a dark red tie. That splash of crimson isn't just wardrobe. It foreshadows the tension, anger, and eventual confrontation that erupts at the table. It's a subtle code built into the film's design, almost like the movie is whispering a warning if you know to look for it. Fact number 6. Robert Shaw's limp. As Doyle Lonergan storms across the screen, you'll notice he walks with a limp. That wasn't a character choice, it was reality. Robert Shaw injured his knee right before filming, and the limp had to be written into the role. Instead of hiding it, the filmmakers leaned into it, turning the injury into part of Lonergan's menace. What could have been a setback became an unforgettable detail.
You're committing suicide, kid.
Fact number 7. The Wire Room Easter Egg. The fake betting parlor, the Wire Room, is one of the film's biggest cons. It feels authentic for a reason. Watch the chalkboards, ticket windows, and ticker machines in the background. Many were period antiques pulled from studio archives, real materials that give the set a lived-in, tactile credibility. That authenticity is why the room doesn't just look right, it feels right.
And little star.
Fact number 8. The FBI agents were improvised. In the con, fake FBI agents pressure Hooker, making us doubt everything. What most people don't know? The actors weren't given full dialogue. They improvised lines to keep Redford off balance, so his nervous energy in those scenes is 100% real. Fact number 9. Casting surprise. It's hard to imagine anyone else as Johnny Hooker, but Robert Redford almost didn't play the role. The part was reportedly in the conversation for Jack Nicholson. Redford pushed to reunite with Paul Newman after Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, and that decision paid off. Watch their banter. It's not just two actors trading lines, it's two friends building a rhythm that sells the partnership.
Always drink gin with a marked kid.
Fact number 10, the fake blood finale. The wire room shootout is pure chaos. Gunshots, bodies falling, blood splattering everywhere. But here's the trick, the makeup effects were exaggerated on purpose. They weren't just meant to fool Lonigan, they were meant to fool you. The audience believes people are really dying, only to learn it's all part of the sting. It's a con inside a con, engineered to deceive every character on screen and every viewer in the theater.
Couple of dead guys in there too. You can't get mixed up in that.
Bonus, myth or legend, the secret extra con. Some fans swear there's an uncredited mini-con running in the background of the alley scenes, extras pulling small scams while Newman and Redford plot their bigger one. It's a fan theory that's never been confirmed by the cast or crew. Whether it's real or just sharp-eyed viewers seeing patterns, it adds to the mythos of the sting, a world where everyone is hustling, whether the camera notices or not. From Easter eggs in the costumes to the myth about ragtime, the sting is packed with details you only catch when you know where to look. Which moment surprised you the most? The poker tell, Shaw's limp, or the Easter eggs hiding in the wire room? Drop your favorite in the comments below. And if you loved uncovering these cons, check out our video on Raiders of the Lost Ark, another classic where accidents and chaos built a legend.